With Resynced officially announced and new information regarding the game from the review showcase, I think it's a good time to talk about what Resynced's modern day could look like. Firstly, I want to focus on what was said during the livestream. Most importantly, what they said about the modern day. Jean Guston, the original Black Flag creative director, said that the modern day back then reflected a change in the AC franchise, with Desmond's death and a new approach to the modern day. But he also said that there is a change needed to adjust for modern times. The Resynced director, Paul Fu, also stated that the modern day changed and they want Edward's emotions to influence the modern day. That being said, the question still remains, what will Resynced modern day look like? Firstly, we know that it will have a modern day, unlike Liberation and Mirage. We also know that it won't be the exact same modern day. But what changes could they have made? There is a good chance that we will be stuck with a first-person mute protagonist like in the original. However, Paul said that he wants Edward's emotions to influence the modern day, which is really hard to pull off if your character is mute. How can Edward's emotions influence the modern day when we can see or hear how our modern day character reacts to them? Which is why I sincerely hope that we will have an actual character. The question is who. I think most of the AC fandom just wants Desmond to return, and now is Yubi's chance to do that. If you're wondering how Desmond could return and what he'd do in the modern day, I already made a short video about that if you're interested. It's in the description and on my channel. But since I've already made an in-lore video on why that would be possible and makes sense, I think when discussing a dead character's return, the actual, out-of-lore reason is just as important. Why would or could Ubisoft bring Desmond back? The answer is quite simple. AC Valhalla, whether you like it or not, laid the path for Ubisoft's redemption. Two paths actually. If you are asking what the golden age of Assassin's Creed was, you'll likely get 2007 to 2013 as an answer, which is Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. After that the game started to fall off. Yes, Origins did great, but pretty much everything after that had rather mixed opinions. There are people saying that when Desmond died, AC died with him, and I can't say that they are wrong. Desmond is the actual Assassin's Creed protagonist, not Altair, not Ezio, not Connor. These three only served as a puzzle piece to his journey, his purpose. Everything Desmond did in the modern day had the purpose to lead him to save the world. But after Desmond's death, the modern day didn't have that purpose, except Valhalla, that also did have a similar purpose, but AC1 to 3 had the purpose of preparing Desmond to fulfill his role. What was Black Flag's modern day purpose? Use Edward's memories to turn them into a video game. Now, by bringing Desmond back, Black Flag's modern day could have actually a purpose and make fans happy. We know from this cutscene,
hey, he's your ancestor too,
and that Abstergo document that William is related to Connor and therefore to Edward, so the possibility is there. Also, William and Edward's emotions could connect as both are suffering from regret. Edward changed, yes, but only after he lost everything. He left his wife, Blackbeard died, Hordigold betrayed him, Wayne went insane, Mary died and Adewale left him for the assassins. Meanwhile, William tried to have both an assassin's and a family life, but ended up with neither. We know he trained Desmond from a young age, but also showed some gentleness, but that doesn't mean he wasn't strict. Desmond still ran away from home at just 16. He also didn't have contact with his father until AC3, when he was 25. 9 whole years William didn't see his son, and when he finally gets to see him, he dies shortly after. We also don't know anything about William's wife. We know that she's alive in 2012, since William confirmed that she was doing fine. However, we know so little about their relationship, it'd be easy for Ubi to expand upon it and draw parallels between Will and Edward. Maybe Will was too focused on work that he neglected her. He did it with Desmond. Or maybe she left him after their son's death. Who knows, but I think there's definitely potential. In the very likely case you don't know who that is, Elijah is the illegitimate son of Desmond Miles and also a sage. Yes, a lot to progress. Anyway, the reason I think he'd make an interesting character is because, firstly, he can access Edward's memories since he's Desmond's son. Secondly, he'd now be around 20 to 21 years old, making him a better age for a modern day character than William, who'd almost be 80. And lastly, he is a sage. He so far only appeared in the comics, which I didn't read, but I can see a modern day story happening. We know that sages like to reconnect with their past selves for whatever reason. Like Germain tried to reconnect with Jacques de Molay, his past self. So maybe, for some reason, Elijah wants to reconnect with Roberts. We know that reconnecting isn't done easily, since Jarmar needed to visit the place Demolay was last in order to reconnect. So maybe Elijah is trying to reconnect with Roberts by seeing through Edward's eyes in the animals. Elijah also betrayed the instruments of the First Will who worked together with Abstergo, so we'd already have a modern-day conflict. Now that I've gone over the most likely cases, I will briefly talk about the two others, which are less likely, but possible. In case you also don't know who that is, he's the modern-day protagonist of the 2016 Assassin's Creed movie. Since the movie somewhat ended with a modern-day cliffhanger, Resynced would be an opportunity to continue where they left off. Except that there are 10 years between those two stories, so it's very unlikely. He too is a descendant of Edward and also relived his memories. Yeah, that's it.